In this video, we are going to learn how to install the image transmission module onto the aircrafts. First, let's see the necessary tools and accessories. This is a 5.8 GHz mushroom head TX antenna with standard SMA port, being able to transmit photos in high efficiency. The image transmission module. The transmission power of this module reaches 200 mW. It has the audio as well as video interface, and its input voltage is 7 to 24 volts. The markings are corresponding to the anti-reverse ports on the back. It also has a standard SMA antenna port. To view what the camera sees, you need to make some configurations. Match the code of the image transmission module and the display. Let's see the coding scheme of the transmission module. There are 6 switches on the image transmission board. The number 1, number 2, and number 3 switches correspond to the channel, and the number 4 and number 5 switches correspond to the frequency as shown in the table on the back of the display. You can adjust the corresponding buttons and set the frequency of the image transmission module according to the frequency parameters in the table. The transmitter has been toggled to 4 originally. We can know from the table that we set the channel to channel 8 and frequency of frequency 3E, namely 5945 M. These are the camera and the fixing bases. This is a camera which can produce meticulous image with lifelike color and low luminance. It can work normally during 7.5 to 13 volts with an anti-reverse port. Its weight is 9.5 grams, and the video output system is powered by default. Please refer to the camera instruction book for detailed parameters. This is a camera fixing base to connect the plane Q250, and this for the SF210 and SF250. This is a self-made cable with T-plug connector and anti-reverse ports to connect different objects. The 4-pin cable connects to the image transmission module, 3-pin cable to the camera, and the red 2-pin male connector of the power cord to the power. This is a 2-pin female connector of the power cord to connect the section board in the aircraft, which matches the male connector of the self-made cable to power the camera and the image transmission module. This is a 5.8 GHz mushroom head RX antenna which can be fixed on the display with the SMA port. This is a 7-inch TFT LCD monitor, and its resolution ratio reaches 800 by 480. The front buttons are to toggle the switch and control the brightness, rotation, etc. There are a 2-digit 7-segment display, 2 buttons, and a frequency table on the back of the display. The upper button stands for channel, which contains channel 1 to channel 8, and the lower one for frequency includes frequency 1 to frequency 6. There are 48 channels to choose. And here on top there is a port for the 5.8 GHz antenna. The mounting hole here is for easier installation on the FPV fixing base of the remote control. The T-plug male connector is convenient for connecting to the 3-sleeper battery. To install the camera, you need to prepare a 3 T-plug LiPo battery, a pair of cutting pliers, a key 2.0 and a wrench, a piece of 3M tape, a soldering station, a Phillips screwdriver, and several cable ties. First, install the image transmission module onto Q250. Disassemble the screws with the Allen wrench. Remove the upper board of the aircraft. And take out the battery. Turn over the aircraft and remove a random arm. Then solder the female connector of the power cord into the section board. Pay attention to the power cord, red one to the positive pole and black one to the negative pole. Tidy the cables and reassemble the arm. Assemble the camera and the fixing base. Use 2 cable ties to fix them tightly. Pay attention to bind the ties to the 2 sides without slots. Cut the cable ties accordingly. Connect the fixed camera to the anti-reverse cable. Align and insert the bunch of the fixing base into the hole on the lower board. Pay attention to upward the back port of the camera to ensure the videos are shot in the correct direction. Assemble the upper board with a bunch of the fixing base into the slots on the board. So the module fixing base is fixed. Fasten them with the screws again. Insert the 2-pin male connecting cable into the hole of the upper board, with the anti-reverse connector up on the board. Connect the T-plug connector to the red 2-pin female connector. Tidy the self-made cable and plug back the power cord of the ESCs. Connect the transmission module and antenna and screw them tight. Roughly measure the size of the transmission module and the 3M tape. Cut the 3M tape accordingly. Paste it onto the upper board of the aircraft. And remove the sticker. Then paste the transmission module onto the tape and connect it to the 4-pin anti-reverse cable mounted just now. Organize the cables with cable ties. Reassemble the battery. So far, we have installed the image transmission module and camera onto the Q250 successfully. Now we are going to handle the SF250. Remove the battery and the upper board. Remove the screws. These are all the accessories of the fixing bases for the SF250. This is the camera mentioned before. Assemble the camera fixing base. Insert the connecting piece into the base and screw them. Pay attention not to totally fix them. Cover the camera with the assembled fixing base, and the fixing foot should be at the same side with the anti-reverse port of the camera. Insert the screw. Tighten them. Install the camera onto the upper board near the aircraft head. These two are the corresponding holes to fix the connecting piece with screws. You may need to slide the plate on top a little to tighten the screw conveniently. You can rotate it after installing to check its flexibility. Reassemble the upper board of the aircraft with the screws. Next, solder the female connector of the power cord on the image transmission onto the section board. Cut off the cable tie of the section board. And turn it over. Solder the female connector of the power cord to the section board. Pay attention to solder the red one to the positive pole and black one to the negative pole. Fix the section board back onto the aircraft board. Turn over the section board and pass the cables through the aircraft board. Bind the section board and the middle aircraft board with the cable ties. Cut the excessive part. Connect the camera and section board with a self-made cable. Insert the 3-pin anti-reverse plug into the port on the camera board. And connect the T-plug female connector to the male one just soldered to the section board. Then connect the image transmission module to the anti-reverse port of the cable and then fix it up to the back of the aircraft with the cable tie. Tidy the self-made cable with ties. Then reassemble the battery. So the camera and transmission module are installed onto the plane. This is the SF210. First, solder the T-plug female connector cable onto the section board. Both sides of the aircraft are good for soldering, since I have applied the melt tin on the pad. So here I'm going to solder the cable directly. You may need to add some tin to the points if there is none. Pay attention to solder the red wire onto the positive pole pad correspondingly and the black one to the negative pole. Assemble the camera. Refer to the steps for SF250 before for assembling the fixing base. Here it's done. Now check the corresponding holes first. Then align them and fix the camera onto the upper board near the aircraft head with the screws. Rotate the camera to check its flexibility. This is the image transmission module with TX antenna installed. Put the assembled image transmission module on the back of the aircraft and tighten with the cable ties. Cut the excessive part. Connect the 3-pin anti-reverse cable of the self-made cable to the corresponding port on the camera module. Plug in the red 2-pin T-plug male connector into the female one of the cable. And then the 3-pin anti-reverse to the image transmission module. Tidy the cables. So far, we have installed both the camera and the image transmission module onto the SF210 successfully. Install the mushroom head RX antenna onto the display and connect it to the battery. By looking through the frequency table, we will know the frequency of the image transmission module is 5945M, and we need to set channel 8 frequency C. Then adjust the 2 buttons on the back of the display to 38. So here are the 3 aircrafts with image transmission module installed. Amazing, right? Now just go to enjoy the fun of assembly by yourself. Thanks for watching.